are you? Today I accepted a DoorDash, and it was coming from Zaxby's. It is going 2.3 miles over to the middle school, not too far from the Zaxby's, and it paid $6.50, so it's going to the middle school. They want me to leave it at the front desk, and that's about it. That is about it. That was a simple order. My first order for the day, actually. I'm just getting out here at lunchtime to do these orders for lunchtime. It's 12:15, so I'm going to do some lunch orders and see how it goes. It's very cloudy. It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain all week, so we will see what happens. But there was kind of a long wait in Zaxby's. Wasn't 9 minutes, but I just expected it to be ready. But I didn't even look down on the dash to see that the order was a 12:08 pickup, and as I said, it's 12:16 right now. So almost by the time I put the food in the car, that only took about a minute. So I got there before 12:08. So you really can't keep asking for the food or anything like that prior to the pickup time. DoorDash sent the order to me early, and it wasn't really near the pickup time, but I was right there at the light where Zaxby's was. So I just, accepted it and made a left turn, and I was right there, not realizing it was a little bit before the pickup time. And I probably could have gotten something else without the wait, but that was on me for not really looking. Hey, how are you?
This is Craig.
Oh, this is for you.
Yeah.
Alrighty. 1 second. Okay, so I am headed to get my tires rotated. As a gig worker, we have to spend money on our vehicles, right? And so I'm going to get my tires rotated. I got 3 minutes to get there. I was home taking a nap, and it felt so good. Something I don't normally do is take a nap during the day, but I took a nap. My body told me it needed a nap, and I took one, and it felt so good. And I said, let me get up because I got this tire rotation. So I'm headed to Walmart because that is where I purchased my tires. I purchased my tires at Walmart, so they do lifetime tire rotation as long as you own the tires. So just in case you don't know, so I don't pay a dime. They're going to rotate my tires, and they are going to balance my tires. Not all Walmarts have an auto care, but if you have an auto care in your area or state and you need tires, summer's coming, people will be traveling, check out Walmart. They have all tires. And no, I'm not sponsored. I'm just sharing a gem because we're living in some hard times. So I'm just sharing a gem for people to save some money if they need to save some money, which we all need to do. And every little bit helps. And they will rotate and balance your tires for free as long as you own the vehicle. So I'm headed there, get this done. And yeah, when it was time for tires back in January, because I was getting free tire rotation because I paid for the extra warranty when I have bought my vehicle. So I have never paid for an oil change. I think my next one I have to start paying. And they would balance in my rotating my tires as well. Well, once I needed new tires, I said, let me just hold that thought. Let me get in here before they cancel my appointment. I got 1 minute. Okay, so I finished with my tire rotation. Finished that, and it went smoothly. It was fast, and after I finished with that, I turned on my Dash and Grubhub, and order for Burger King pulled up, and it is for turn my AC off so y'all can hear me. I don't really need it on anyway. It's not that hot, wasting gas. But Picked up this Burger King order. Paid $7. I think it was 7 even. It may have been a few change added. 7 even. It's going for 5 miles. I normally don't really, but I said, let me just snatch that. And I did. It was $7 and change, I think, going 5 miles. Well, while I was picking up the Burger King, which I did not have to wait for, DoorDash sent me another order asking me to pick up Dunkin Donuts, but it's for the same customer. So Dunkin Donuts was the very next light, and I am pulling into Dunkin Donuts. Actually, I'm gonna go to the next entrance. That next entrance. Well, you know what? This will give me the turning signal so I can go in here and beat the traffic. So it was at the very next light. I just came out of Burger King, came down to the next light. Dunkin Donuts is here, and they offered me an additional $4 to pick up for the same customer. At first I thought it was for a different person, but at the bottom of the app, very small, it says for same customer. So I opened up the map to look to see if that was in fact the truth, and it showed both stores, and it showed the one customer's house. So I said, okay, for additional $4. So that ended up being $11 and change, which is, worked out. It worked out. So hopefully this Dunkin Donuts is ready. I'm going to snatch this Dunkin Donuts, and I came out just to go get my oil change. Today's Tuesday. Is normally very slow in my area. I picked up one order this morning as well, early afternoon. I don't even remember what it was, but I guess you guys are seeing the video and can tell me, because I forget what it was. What did I pick up earlier? It was something, whatever you saw prior to this showing. I did that one order, and now I had to go home, and I rested because I just went to bed late last night. So rested. I had not my oil change, I had my tires rotated. And that was it. They rotated that, and I just turned on my app. But I'm going to probably just get this and deliver it and go home. It's Tuesday. I just want to cook dinner, and I need to do some things. So I'm working on a project, and that project I need to complete. I don't like to procrastinate and put things off, so there's a project that I need to work on. So I'm probably going to deliver this and maybe get one more headed back, and then go home so I could cook dinner and have the rest of the evening to work on this project. So let me head inside and see if this Dunkin Donuts is ready for pickup. Okay, so I'm not perfect. Things happen, and I went inside to get that order, and they kept saying it kept showing some other address. I'm like, well, is this their house, or what is it that it's showing? Long story short, I was at the wrong Dunkin Donuts. I just assumed that it was at the one right next to the Burger King. So my error. Things happen. It's actually at the other Burger King, Dunkin Donuts. So I'm assuming if they're sending me to this other Dunkin Donuts that is actually a mile from here, almost 2 miles, actually, it's 2 miles. I'm assuming that means that it is en route to this customer's house, because why would they have sent me to this other Dunkin Donuts when I was right down the block from Dunkin Donuts leaving Burger King? So I'm assuming their house is closer to this other Dunkin Donuts. That would make sense. So I hope that's what the case is, and it doesn't loop me around out of more miles. I should have looked at that. I just saw Dunkin Donuts, and I knew Dunkin Donuts was down the street. And that's something you really got to look at when you're dashing, because there could be 2 or 3 McDonald's in an area, and it can send you an offer for the McDonald's that's further away but still in your zone. So you have to pay attention to that. Apparently, I guess they save more money by sending that Dunkin Donuts offer to me, because if they would have sent it to someone else, the chances of someone delivering it for $4 would have been slim. He was zooming to come out of the parking lot of the YMCA. and wasn't paying attention. But that's what the horn is for. And he waved to apologize and acknowledge. And that's what driving is all about. We just talk and communicate with horns and hands. But so that was it. So I'm gonna head to this Dunkin Donuts, and like I said, I'm assuming this will be en route to their house. That's why they're sending me to this one. Maybe they're getting coffee and they want to keep it hot. So, you know, because if it's just donuts, Dash could have just had me pick that up from the one I went into accidentally. Well, let me head there. Hey, it's a Dash pickup. Okay, so it worked out. Everything was dropped off, and just as I thought, and I'm passing the Dunkin Donuts again. So it was en route to their house, and that's why Dash had me pick it up from this other Dunkin Donuts that I forget is even over here, because I've never gone inside of that Dunkin Donuts. It's over here in a residential area, so it was en route to their house, and it was I think it was 3 miles to their house. Once I picked up the Dunkin Donuts, I had 3.2 miles. The whole trip was 5 miles, and it paid $11. There was no change. I think it was 11 even. There was no change. So 5 miles, $11. 2 stops. One stop inconvenienced me a little bit because I ran into the wrong Dunkin Donuts because I didn't read the app. But it wasn't out of the way. It just was a small time waster on my behalf, but it teaches you a lesson. So they were happy, and the customer, and I say that because the customer sent me a text message right after I confirmed the pickup at Dunkin Donuts and said, "Thank you for double dashing for me." He said, "Thank you for double dashing." So, but anyway, that's kind. You know, kind words are nice. You know, they would have had to have waited, I guess, they would have had to wait for 2 different dashes. And that was only a drink they got from the Dunkin Donuts. It was and that's probably why they had me get it from that one and not the one right next to Burger King. It was the iced coffee, so I guess they didn't want it to melt en route. I guess they figured, hey, that ice will stay a little icier if I picked it up from the one closer to their house. So worked out. They sent me a message thanking me for that, and they did tip, of course. And that's about it. That is about it. And they probably tipped that whole $4 on that second order from Dunkin Donuts. And I say that because a lot of the times Dash will ask them, they may have tipped like $3 out of the 4. A lot of times Dash will ask them, hey, do you want us, we'll let you do a second stop for free, or we'll let you do a second stop for $1 or something like that. So, and a lot of people take advantage of it, and not taking advantage of it, but they'll take advantage of it and utilize that. Why not? I would as well. So that's that. And it's, you know, it gets dark here in Georgia right now. It's getting dark about 8:27. I have it down packed. And that's something I pay attention to because I'm out and about. And I don't really like dark to catch me. So I pay attention to that, and it's getting dark about 8:27. So if I'm out late evening or early night, I'll pick up my last order at 8 o'clock. If I'm out that late, right? If I'm out. So that's why I pay attention to what time the sun sets and what time it gets dark. So, but today it's right now, it's, what time is it? 6:24. And, it is starting to get dark already. And we just got a little cold breeze. So we're supposed to have rain the rest of the week, but it is starting to get dark. On cloudy days, it gets dark earlier. On sunny days, it gets dark later. So, but I do have on my apps. I'm about 9 miles from home. I am about exactly a mile from Walmart, and that was where I was coming from because I had got my tires rotated there. So, but I'm 9 miles from home. So I'm going to turn on, both apps are still on, and I have them on until I reach home. But I am headed home. If something pops up, I will take it.